Alright guys, this is James from 9 Free Project. Remember to subscribe, share, and like the video. So yeah, I'm driving right now, so just come on, take a ride with me. I got to make a couple of stops here, and so I figured that I will go ahead and address an issue that was sent to me recently. And I think I've made a video about this before, but I wanted to go ahead and reintroduce the whole idea. Now, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. You know what I'm about here. You know what the content is mainly about now. I have been talking about politics a lot, and you know what? I think some of y'all are a little bit upset about that one. I don't know. But for those who are here because of some of the issues that I've addressed before, I have to address that issue again today. But thank you to all the new subscribers. Love you guys. Thank you guys who have joined in on the conversations. Let me know what you think down below with regards to what I'm about to talk about. And their previous video of T.I., but I'm not going to mix the two. So anyway, yeah, so go ahead and check out that video as well. But yeah, so recently I received this email. Actually, this guy hit me up on Messenger. And, you know, sometimes I get some really, really heavy videos. I get, comments from people who are really struggling with some stuff. You know, they're really, really going through it. It bothers me and it breaks my heart, you know, when I read that and hear that, because people, they're in that place where they don't know what to do, and they're really concerned about, I mean, even their mental health, or I'm not going to say mental health, but, you know, moving forward and how to continue on as a believer in terms of how to address this in their future life. And whether or not they'll be married and all those kinds of things. So a part of the young man's conversation was, you know, how do I tell my future wife about my past or what I struggle with and so forth. And, you know, so my thing is this. And he goes on to say, you know, you know, sometimes it saddens him. Sometimes he wonders if he'll ever meet anyone who will understand. And I get that question quite a bit, so I did want to address that. And what I want to say to those who may be dealing with and struggling with their sexual attraction, same-sex attractions and so forth, and you're in the church and you don't really have anyone to talk to, and you may talk to your pastor, but your pastor really don't know how to address the issue. And, you know, so it goes like this. You know, for me and my wife, on our third date, when I realized, you know, I was really, really liking her and she was really, really liking me, I found it incumbent upon myself to share with her some details about my past, because I truly understood that the things from the past could affect the future. So with that being said, let me give her the fair opportunity to make a decision that could affect her life as well. So with that being said, we went out on a date, and, you know, having a good time. We were doing going for a walk over there at Atlantic Station in Atlanta. Shout out to those who are in Atlanta who are watching this video. I know Atlanta has a large black gay community over there, so I want to say to all the black gay community folks there in Atlanta, God loves you, but God also wants to set you free if you are struggling. So with that being said, Jesus Christ is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ask or think. Now back to the story. So we're walking and we're talking and we're having a really good time. And so I set it up, right? I was actually playing a trick a little bit. So I set it up. So with that, we were walking and we were sort of, I think it was, no, it wasn't during the holidays. No, it was back in April, May, something like that. So anyway, so we're walking and talking, and we sat on the steps somewhere. And I think I said, you know, I want to tell you something before we go any further. And if I'm remembering it correctly, I told her, I was like, well, I have 4 kids by 3 different women. And her face was like, what? Where? She was like, what? You got to be kidding me. I mean, her eyes bucked. Now, I think that's what I said. It was something to that effect. In this situation. So I was like, yeah, you know, I wanted to go ahead and share that with you and this and that and so forth. And she was like, well, you know, I did, you know, I mean, just like, wow, what do I say? And then after I let that go on for about 30 seconds, and I was like, nah, I was just kidding. Actually, you know, I lived the homosexual lifestyle, this and that, so forth and so forth. And, you know, God set me free and this and that and blah, 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 whoom, de whoom. And so then she was like, oh man, okay. So then she calmed down, right? And she was like, okay, I get it. She was like, wow, okay. And then she was telling me she appreciated my honesty and telling her, you know, the deal and what that meant, and the fact that I would, you know, go ahead and share that intimate detail about my past and so forth. And she appreciated that I went ahead and said it prior to anything getting any deeper. And so that's my thing when it comes to this issue, is that if you're going to share that with the woman that you're dating, and you started dating this woman and you like her, and obviously she likes you, then you need to be forthright and forthcoming with that information, because that information and what you struggle with could affect both of you going forward and for the rest of your lives. So, and therefore you need to let her know and let her make an honest decision about whether or not she wants to deal with your foolishness, excuse me, deal with your mess, you know, deal with your cross to bear, deal with the things, because we all come to the table with something. We all come to the table with something, and some people can't handle the truth that you've lived, the things that you've done. And, you know, so then you have to give them the opportunity to say, well, no, I don't feel like dealing with that, or I do, or I can, and I'm okay with that. You know, so, and that's only fair. You know, quite frankly, and this is just me, you may disagree. If a woman had 3 or 4 kids by 2 or 3, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't deal with that. That's just me. You know, that's something I just really wouldn't want to put myself into, you know, and everybody has their own issues, and everybody has their tolerance level in terms of what they can deal with when it comes to a relationship. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And so you don't expect people to come to the table perfect. You know, everybody puts up that facade. And what I can appreciate, you know, a lot of the stuff that we talked about a lot of stuff early on and just kept it real. Now, there are still things that, you know, develop afterwards, but yet and still, you know, being honest about a lot of the stuff up front. And, you know, we talked about credit, we talked about money, we talked about all that stuff. It's like, you know, just keep it real so the person can make an informed decision. That's what it is. That's all it is. So with that being said, I hope you got something out of this for those who may be in those situations. So I wanted to address the brother in that manner and let you know that, yeah, there's a woman out there for you. There's a man out there for you. Any lesbians, people who feel like they're struggling. And God has someone for you. You know, if it's God's will for you to be married and all that kind of stuff, then there's someone for you. And he's prepping them already. He's already prepping them for the situation. You just have to hold on and maintain, you know, and don't go ahead of God. Don't go ahead of God. Take your time and walk with God. Learn of yourself in God. And when you do that, then you are secure in yourself first before you try to allow others or force it on others to make you happy. Because no one can do that. Nobody can do that. So you don't put anybody under that kind of pressure. Remember that. Don't put nobody under that kind of pressure to make you happy, to make you feel like you're whole now. No. No, what you do, you get a hold in Jesus first. And you find yourself, who you are in him. Lose your life in Jesus first, and then you'll find it. And once you do that, and as you're doing that, then you'll find that person will end up just walking into your life. I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing when God does that. So anyway, all right, I'm done preaching for today. All right, remember, Jesus Christ is Lord. And if that person is out there, just hold on. Hold on to the horns of the altar. All right, y'all take care. Jesus Christ is Lord. Peace.